Hello, dear friends, welcome back to Ekmulakat. Somebody has rightly said life is a series of learnings. As a definition, it may not be complete, but there is something very important. At every step, there is an opportunity to learn. And the person who make use of it will grow into a full-fledged human being. And that is the purpose behind Ekmulakat. So today, we have Nitin Palan with us. He is a Gujarati but born in Africa, and for the past 51 plus years he has been a Londoner. And interestingly, he started the Diwali celebration in Trafalgar Square in London. So that says something about him. At the same time, he's a philanthropist, he's an industrialist, and extremely passionate about social service, especially in the field of education. Come, today it's a day of exploration. Let's explore Nitin Palan. Welcome to Ekmulakat. Welcome to the headquarters of Brahma Kumaris. Welcome to Godlywood Studio.
Namaste, omshanti, Jai Swaminarayan.
And also, interestingly, he is one of the main trustees of the Swaminarayan temple in London also. So he's a lot into the interfaith thing. So let us talk to him about that also. So you're very passionate about this, Nitin.
Not a main trustee, but a small trustee in the movement of Swaminarayan at Eastern Temple.
But you have been into this interfaith thing for a long time, right?
So for the last 20-25 years, the need for Hindus to engage with other community outside the Sanatan Dharma, Abrahamic traditions in particular, is essential. You're living in a mainly Christian country, so it's important for them to understand who you are, what your values are, and for you to also learn their values as well. And that brings a bit of harmony.
No, it just touched me because even in India also, even though we have other religions and basically India is considered as basically a Hindu majority religion, but at the same time the relationship with other religions, as you said, is one of the main topics that we should touch, right? Because we may think that we may be tolerant to other religions, but we don't have necessarily doesn't need to have a good relationship. So that is what you are focusing at.
Sure. I think good relationship are at different stages.
Okay.
The talking stage, the understand the talking stage, the listening stage, the understanding stage. Christian people call it a tolerant stage. I say that's the wrong word. It's actually acceptance stage, which is missing on the platform. And then the harmony stage. So there's interfaith at different levels, a political level, a genuine level, that brings harmony. But at least it has started.
Yes. So when you look at the scenario, what do you think? We are in the tolerant level or the accepting level?
Exploration level.
Okay, okay.
So we are learning about each other,
okay.
And finding goodness in each other. And it's the right step in the right direction. It's a step that's necessary in the world that's full of fear of the other, especially in the Western world. The Sanatan Dharma practice in India, frankly, has been accepting of every other tradition. Hence, we have welcomed different religions in this country for thousands of years. The Western world has only found other religions coming into their territory only in the last 50 or 60 years. So suddenly, the local American, the local British, Europeans have said, oh my God, there is something called Hinduism, Sanatan Dharma, and they are at the exploration stage. They're skeptical. They're fearful. Are they going to take over our understanding? So we are exploring what kind of people they are. So I think it's establishing a relationship with the Sanatani Dharma that we have in India. It was purely acceptance, and those who came here found us, and we found them, and I think there has been a marriage of the two. You know, there's a lovely story about, I can't remember the king's name, where they said, we should live like sugar in milk, and the combination of sweet sugar is what we produce at the end of the day. And it can happen, and it should happen, and hope it will happen, especially in the world that we live in today.
But Nitin, I want to go to the background of yours a little bit. You were into the Swaminarayan, the whole the temple thing, yes. And now we are very closely related to the Brahma Kumaris also. So, yeah, how came you into this?
I think I should backtrack a little bit and say interfaith, which is talking to faiths, Abrahamic faith in tradition, in reality, is as important as talking to intrafaith, which is talking to Sanatani Dharma ourselves. So talking to ISKCON, talking to Brahma Kumaris, Art of Living, that I think is equally important, if even not more important. Knowing about us is equally important as knowing about the others, if I can use that expression. So the experiment began with Diwali in Trafalgar Square. 2001, we were having a dinner at Swaminarayan Mandir with Ken Livingstone, who was the mayor of London then. And we said that we should have Diwali in Trafalgar Square. Why? Because there's no expression of Hindu Dharma, of Sanatan Dharma, anywhere on public square. Trafalgar Square is the heart of London. And we felt there should be a presentation there on Diwali. Never ever was Trafalgar Square used for a public event like that. So they said, look, we will experiment.
A religious public event.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we should call the Diwali with Unquote the next day is as religious as also community, because it's also the next day, it's a new year as well. It's a very interesting concept. The board of trustees then said to me, no, this is not just for BAPS, it belongs to the entire community. So they gave me a mission to say, bring everybody together, single platform, we should celebrate Diwali in Trafalgar Square. So within 3 years, we now got 11 members. Brahma Kumaris is, my sisters are one of them. You got Art of Living, you got ISKCON, you got Chinmaya Mission, and we came together. And today there's 11 organizations. We have 35,000 people on an average coming to Trafalgar Square. It's a matter of pride to be able to show your culture, your tradition to the entire world at large. And it is enjoyed by people at large. It's inspired other things. So in Trafalgar Square, we now have Eid, we have Vaishakhi, and other community activities as well. It's gone to New York, Dubai, Singapore, Australia. I'm not necessarily saying that it's this event that started, but who knows? A little thing like that is turned into international celebration, and hope it continues.
I think, Nitin, I have heard about, a business person is someone who does two things. He can keep his things very attractive and clean, and he can attract people to his own things. So you look at the essence. Otherwise, how did you find out that this is one of the main lacking things in the world? That if there is no healthy religious relationship between, this can this is going to be very difficult in the future.
It's going to be difficult.
Yeah. How did you? Is it your business acumen which found out that this is the meat of the thing? Yeah.
I think two answers to that. The beginning of Trafalgar Square took place at my dinner table when I said to my son, who was 13 then, I said to him, are you taking a day off tomorrow for Diwali? And he says, why? It's not relevant. I died that night. I said, oh my God, in a house that practices Dharma, there's a lovely temple, and my son and daughter does not relate to what is the most important dharmic occasion. I died that night, and luckily for us, 3 months later, in the Mandir, Ken Livingstone happened to be there, and I saw there's a perfect opportunity to say, look, this is the time to put Diwali in a public square, and I'll use an interesting word, and for Hindu Dharma, Sanatan Dharma to become relevant to the world at large, not just to our children, but to everybody's children, to say, come and celebrate who we are, because we are equally important.
Yes.
And that was the beginning. In terms of relationship with other Sanatani Dharma, it's a sensitive subject. Over the last 2 years, in India, in the world, I think we have recognized there is a misunderstanding of what Hinduism is. So there is a lot of media about what's Hindutva, and I think that's been badly exploited because we are not on the public square.
Yes.
It is time for Sanatana Dharma religions to come together and to talk about who we are with pride. Talk about it's not really Hinduism, it's Sanatana Dharma, and we are more than 10,000-year-old religion.
Yes.
Everything else is like young, and we should embrace the younger religions. And perhaps, I don't want to be arrogant about this and be misunderstood, and work with them so the true relationship, Rajyoga, of who we are, what we are, why we are, and the responsibility that is attached to the human form, we need to share that knowledge to 6-7 billion people on earth. Otherwise, the world is going to not be in a happy place, worse place than it is now. It is time for us to share that knowledge.
Yes. Nitin, how do you look at the Brahma Kumaris concept of the knowledge, where we look at this as the deity religion, the original deity religion which existed, and to trying to take people back into that by completely purifying the self.
Yes.
So how do you look at this? This is going to have an impact in the coming time, or what do you think the role of Brahma Kumaris is?
The role of Brahma Kumaris and the role of all Sanatana Dharmas is to connect the individual, to recognize the individual for what he or she is, which is an Atma, a soul, to understand his identity and the purpose of his existence. So the most expensive, beautiful form of a life form is the human form. It's the most expensive form. So Bhagwan has given us this human form, but having been gifted the human form, we seem to have forgotten why. Why were we not this soul, not a cat or a mouse? So if Bhagwan has given us this form, the first thing through Raja Yoga, and Brahma Kumaris are incredibly powerful in teaching this education, is to find your relationship with your Creator.
Yes.
And this is such a simple lesson that we forget every day. So for example, a child forgets that he's on earth because of his parents. So he looks at lovely clothes that I have, but he forgets it's the parents that's given it to him. So we actually forget all our responsibilities from a very early stage. And the father forgets the father, and the father forgets the real father, the ultimate father. So first, recognition of reconnection, not reconnection, of the connection. Having found the connection, then why am I here? What's my job description? Which is further knowledge. Dadiji says to us all the time, knowledge is the second part of Raja Yoga. So then comes the knowledge, your job description. Why are you actually here? So my Guruji Pramukh Sai Maharaj always says to me, you're here to do seva, which is not different from what Dadiji is saying. The purpose of life on earth is seva. Collect money, but collect money for a purpose, to do seva. But while we are here enjoying ourselves in cars and great food and everything else, there's billions out there that are not having the same quality of life. So why can't we not do something for them? So maybe through education, maybe through understanding your real purpose in life.
So having this feeling, Nitin, that there are less privileged people, and I should be doing something for them, is one of the aspects of religion itself, right?
Absolutely,
it's one of the aspects of Sanatana Dharma. And being a businessman, I wanted to ask you what I think is a very relevant question for the youth, maybe if they are watching. A lot of people want to be a businessman, and the main motive is to earn money. And now there is this fad of become a businessman, earn money, and retire early. Retired early, 30, 32, you should be retiring and enjoy your life. So, but the focus is still on making money. But you know a better way of how to be a businessman, because when your only focus is making money, then your face, that smile is not there sometimes. That vibrations of good virtues are not there sometimes. So
I'm glad. Look, it's wrong to say I am the one that knows it. No. There are zillions of people out there that would like to share their wealth, but either they can't find the right way, or more important, they don't find someone or a purpose they could trust to give the money to. So two things are wrong. One is our barometer of success is wrong.
Yes.
Our barometer of success is how many millions do you have,
Yes.
or how big is your house. Well, we all know that's not success, because there are more millionaires in madhouses than anywhere else. So that's not really the key. So knowing your identity and knowing your purpose of existence has to be the key. But giving this knowledge through Sanatani Dharma practitioners is our obligation, is our duty, and frankly, essential in the time of the day. Goodness exists in everybody. The day we say people don't have goodness in them, we are doomed. No. Goodness, harmony, love, forgiveness is the quality of a human being.
Yeah.
We just need to share that knowledge with the human beings. Say it's okay to be good, it's okay to look for harmony, it's okay to share. Because we have to have faith in Bhagwan and His creation, that is us. We'll find ourselves. And let's hope through the knowledge that we'll share, people will have the confidence in going back to their original self of love.
And when you find that original self of yours, when you are on that space, on that platform, money making is not, it's a byproduct, right?
It's a byproduct.
Yeah.
Essential.
Yeah.
Because without money, not much can happen in the world of today, because that's the currency, that's how you buy and sell and share. So to say money is useless, but Lakshmi ji hai. Bhagwan ne Lakshmi ji banai hai.
Yes.
Sorry. So it shows that we have Goddess Lakshmi ji. There's a value attached to money, but there's a greater value in the use of money.
Yes.
And Lakshmi ji is always there where there is Bhagwan. So Lakshmi ji always goes with Bhagwan. So let's be closer to Bhagwan than use Lakshmi ji for what
Somebody said, worship Saraswati, Lakshmi would follow.
Yes, absolutely.
So Nitin, this is the first time in the BK headquarters. You have definitely heard about the BK headquarters, but how was your first experience?
Incredible. I didn't expect to see, touch, experience that I did in a space of 2 days. My relationship with Brahma Kumaris in London is extremely powerful. I love my sisters there. And I say as a joke, and actually I mean that, in Swaminarayan I got my brothers, in Brahma Kumaris I got my sisters, and I got my family combined. It doesn't mean there's absence of brothers and sisters in one or the other, but I think the combined relationship is beautiful. The approach to finding God is slightly different, but it's finding God. It makes my faith in what I believe in even stronger. Didi Sudeshani ji, incredible sister hai, both gave me tons of love, met a lot of wonderful people. To find people that are happy, prepared to make the sacrifice, to live detached life in Brahma Kumaris center, within the Maya, is an awful, incredible experience. And I prostrate to all of them to say, wow, I wish I had your courage. I do like Maya. I don't think I got that much courage to give up what you have. But it's a beautiful environment. It's a humbling environment. And I hope it continues to flourish and change the world that it is continuing to do.
Nitin, that's a great way to put it. Before we wind up, I would like to hear from you a very little bit about your relationship with Dadi. And finally, you are here in this world for many births, of course, but in this birth, this has been special because you are now doing a lot of things to connect people where it matters. So I would like you to give a message from your experience also. But first, your experience with Dadi Janki ji.
Oh, love her dearly. She does not like me touching her feet, so I don't care. I'll touch her feet anyway. An incredible, kind soul. That's a mother, that's a sister, that's a teacher, encompasses every value that we need. 10 minutes with her is a lifetime. It is a privilege. So I've been lucky enough with my wife to be able to have that privilege more than once. They've shown me Bhagwan, or approach to Bhagwan in a different way. I found Bhagwan through them, so 100%. And I hope and pray my relationship with Didis and Dadijis and Bhaios continue to flourish. And I hope that the new project we are considering doing with the community, which is concept of sharing the values of Raksha Bandhan.
Okay.
If ever there's a huge problem in the world today is misuse of money and looking at women in a completely wrong context. We need to teach people about concept of Raksha Bandhan, what it stands for, and with the anchor of knowledge of Dadiji and Brahma Kumaris, I'd love to be able to share that to the world at large. If I can summarize my learnings at my age of 69, if I can share that with you in a 3-liner.
Okay.
Accept that you have got the most expensive computer that belongs to you, which is the human body. Accept the fact that you are playing a certain role on earth today. But more important, learn what that role needs to be. An actor can only perform properly if he or she understands the role she's meant to play on the stage. And that role is to be a responsible person looking after God's gift to all of us, which is the environment, the brothers and the sisters. The way you become an enjoyer without having the responsibility of ensuring that the legacy of making sure that what you leave for the future is even more beautiful. At a certain age, you have to be like a gardener. You make the garden, you don't necessarily enjoy it. You leave it for the others to enjoy the garden. So Raja Yoga is a fabulous path which will teach you to connect to God. Knowledge, whichever school of Sanatana Dharma you decide to go to, take that knowledge. But above all, ensure that you respect what you have, respect what you have been given, and fulfill your responsibility of leaving a wonderful legacy for everybody else to enjoy. Namaste.
Nitin, thanks a lot. That has been, we're running out of time. Otherwise, I don't want this to end. Talking to someone like you is a pleasure and is coming from my heart.
Kind.
And definitely we'll be having you again when you come next time to the Brahma Kumaris. Thanks a lot for coming here and giving us all these wonderful gems.
Omshanti, Jai Swaminarayan, Namaste.
So dear friends, that was Nitin Palan, an amazing guy with a lot of life in him, and that is what spirituality is all about, finding oneself and then sharing the gift with the world, and that's what he's doing. And there is no need for me to summarize the whole thing. It is fresh in your mind, so the message is very clear. Let us use whatever we have for the world in whatever way is possible. God will find ways to, organize it and analyze it. Let us do whatever is possible. So on that note, let us end today's ekmulakat. And we'll see you in the next one with another guest. Thank you very much.